Okay. Hello everyone, my name is Ronette Kalasma and this is my audience. Say hi guys.
Hi.
Hi.
As a show of hands, how many of you when you were younger attended a school that required school uniforms? Or how many of you have seen school children wearing all uniforms? Like many of you, when I was growing up, I attended different schools and they all required us to wear uniforms. I too have also seen school children wearing uniforms, including my own children. According to the perceptions of school uniforms in relation to socio-economic status website across the nation, school uniform policies are becoming increasingly popular. Between the years 2000 and 2014, the number of schools that had a school uniform policy increased from 12% to 20%. This is a huge jump. In these statistics, we can see that uniforms are becoming popular and on demand. Today, I will talk to you about why kindergarten to grade 12 schools should consider school uniforms as a requirement. I will talk about why school uniforms should be required. They are cheaper, increases bullying in schools, and improves focus. School uniforms have become a better option for many people, especially the less fortunate families. Cost savings. Many families struggle to buy school clothes for their children yearly. Having school uniforms for all families will be cheaper and save these families a lot of money. As quoted in the Big Savings for Parents under New School Uniform Rules article, parents currently spend large sums each year on branded clothes, from crested jackets and jumpers to PPE gear. The Irish Daily Mail has led the way in highlighting this issue in recent years. An investigation by this newspaper in 2015 found that the average median school jumper costs €46, while in some cases its piece can be as high as €55. One example I could give was when I was growing up, my parents used to spend a lot of money just to buy my siblings and I clothes. Our lives became easier when in our boarding schools we were required to start wearing uniforms. Why school uniforms are important and cheaper? According to the Big Savings for Parents under New School Uniform article, hard-pressed parents will soon be able to save €300 per child on uniforms after schools are ordered next week to allow pupils to wear uniforms. Who is affected? The people who are most affected are parents, the families. Schools have to do everything possible to keep costs down for parents, including the use of generic items sewn on or iron-on press, and making sure that various elements of the uniform can be purchased in multiple stores. Effects of problem. Parents will continue to spend a fortune on school generic clothes if school systems do not switch to school uniforms. While parents should consider having school uniforms, another reason is how school uniforms decreases bullying in schools. Several children around the nation are victims of bullying, one of the reasons being that they dress different from other peers. Having school uniforms will decrease bullying because all the children will be dressed the same. As stated in the perceptions of school uniforms in relation to socio-economic status article, middle grade students need to feel a sense of belonging in school in order to have less anxiety and increased resilience and academic engagement. An example from my life was when my cousin's daughter was in 7th grade. She did not like going to school in her siblings' hand-me-downs. She was afraid that she wouldn't fit in with the crowd because her clothes were more different than others. Why uniforms help decrease bullying? In the article Perceptions of School Uniforms in Relation to Socio-Economic Status, they say an examination of individual survey items revealed other students were more likely to report that school uniforms help to reduce bullying, teasing, and some students of high socioeconomic status reported that uniforms help reduce arguments with parents about clothing. Who is affected? The people who are most affected are the children in the schools and their families. Effects or problem. If schools do not switch to school uniforms, then bullying will continue to rise. More children will continue to feel left out. As stated in the school uniforms, wear or not to wear article. In addition, bullying is less prevalent in schools where children wear uniforms. Having school uniforms will help decrease bullying. Now, let's look at the last reason how uniforms help children focus in school. It improves focus. Children in schools tend to focus more on what they are wearing or what their peers are wearing. Having school uniforms will help children focus on their studies, teach them to dress for success, and help them look representable. In the first article, schools uniforms academic achievements, they stated, thus, Rasma and Rockmore found that uniform students have significantly higher test scores than do non-uniform students. In the article, Do Clothes Make the Student? They said, the article discusses whether a school dress code can really help improve student discipline. Schools which have followed the policy say that it helped bring a sense of unity and discipline in children and students. For example, in the article, Kids Must Learn to Dress Codes, they said it is crucially important that school children understand the necessity of appropriate dress throughout their life, and that is why at most schools the uniform is now mandatory. Why uniforms help improve focus? In the article, Kids Must Learn Dress Codes, they also stated dressing in a way that respects those we interact with is an important life skill that the head teacher is right to want support from the parents in teaching this. Who is affected? The people who are affected most are the children because they do not learn to dress representable. Who will teach them? If schools do not incorporate school uniforms, then children will not learn to be clean and professional. In the text, they say today's generation of school children will be looking for jobs in a competitive and unforgiving global race. There are so many benefits of having school uniforms. Schools and parents should consider this idea. I hope I was able to fix your mindsets on this topic. In my conclusion, today I've discussed the 3 reasons why schools should require having school uniforms for grades kindergarten to grade 12. First, they are cheaper. Second, they help decrease bullying in schools. And lastly, they help improve focus. I think we should all consider incorporating school uniforms for our children. It could be of use for children, grandchildren, adoptees, foster children, etc., etc. Just remember, when the school year comes around, again, do not just rush for regular school clothes. Step in the uniform department and think, this could really change my child's life and others. Thank you.